Hello people of the internet. Today, we might be playing the Battle of Polytopia. So, let's begin a new game. Today, I'm playing Perfection Mode, which means I need to be at the top of the leaderboard of 3 places because I'm putting myself up against 2 bots. Now I have 30 turns to do so. So, let's begin. First thing I did was pick up some apples. That way I could level up my main base, and actually get experience to put myself onto the top of the leaderboard. So yeah, on the second turn, I was able to make myself a warrior and begin looking for new towns, which I was actually able to do almost instantly. But yeah, once I actually wanted to level up things, I clicked into the tech tree, which the music is a banger, might I just say? Like, just listen to this. You to buy new upgrades for your actual, people, town, all that stuff. Between, being able to sail across islands, or just get, like, a horse rider or something for easier traversal of the area. Overall, it just makes things so much easier. So yeah. Either way, though, in the Battle of Polytopia, the main thing you gotta do is just try to get points. Getting points will allow you to buy new things, and it also will put you closer to the leaderboard, and will actually allow you to rival the other 2 bots. So yeah. Now, the riders are I actually want to get those riders as soon as possible, because if I can, then that means I can actually go out and start getting up more land, which means that I'll actually be able to get, better towns and more points, which, as I said earlier, that'll get me higher on the leaderboard, and that'll put me far better in the standing. So yeah. Now, one of the upgrades is actually to burn forests, but when you actually burn them, it says, do it, which, if you know the meme, it's this. Which I think is kind of funny, because, it just says that every single time you want to burn a forest. And it's like, I don't know, it just seems kind of funny to me. So yeah, I know it does say do it whenever you're wanting to do basically anything. Plant a farm, eat an apple, just all of it just says do it. But still, I still think it's funny. So yeah, once I was burned down a few forests, I was able to make farms and begin really quickly leveling up my town, which is actually my main strategy to get really good stuff early game. So yeah. The riders are essentially faster warriors. They're able to move like double the amount of space as warriors, even triple depending on, which makes traversal of the land 3 times better. And on top of that, they deal so much more damage if ever they get into a fight, which makes things actually so much easier. Now, currently, I have no clue where many of the islands are, nor do I know where any of the other tribes are, but still, it's good to have something in my back pocket, just in case something goes wrong. So yeah. Then, finally, I got the ability to make docks, which is actually going to be great for the ability to travel between islands and find new other people. So yeah, I also gained the ability to fish, which gives me even more experience, and all of that stuff. So yeah. Then, red team, I saw them. They were, just right across the land, and they were actually really close to me, so I did end up sending my people over there to just see what they have, and they have a lot better of an army than I do, which means as soon as possible, I'm going to move my guy out of there. That way I don't have to have a meaningless death. So yeah. Either way though, I leveled up my sailing, which means now I can actually go sailing farther around the world, which means now I can upgrade my boats to sailboats and go far faster, far easier. So yeah. Then, as soon as I left off for new land, I actually found a new island, which is going to be great because that's going to allow me to get a new town set up, all that stuff. So yeah. But on that same island, it also does get really close to Grey Tribe, which is the other tribe of us 3. So yeah. But they were less developed than Red Tribe, yet I was still peaceful because I don't really want to get into a fight that I can't finish. So I just think it's easier for the time being. So yeah, I left them alone because they left me alone. So I upgraded my foresting a little bit. That way I could actually gain a better, way of dealing with forests. Instead of burning them down, just put a lumber mill inside of there. That gives me experience, that gives me levels, that gives me everything, without having to burn down every forest and use pointless points. So yeah. Now, I did end up going fishing on my two faraway islands, because those are more like my fishing islands, you know? Just because I don't really need them in particular, but I still rather have them. So I'm going to use them, but I don't really necessarily need them as much as I need my mainland, you know? So yeah. Eventually, though, I did end up starting an attack against the Grey Tribe. So I ended up actually even getting one of my horses, or horse riders, into their land. However, almost instantly, he was kicked off, which means I can't exactly take over their land just yet. But turns out it's round 30, which means I can't really take over any lands right now, which means that I'm just going to use up all my points, get as much experience as I can, and get as high up on the leaderboard as I can. So, yeah, things I bought were like tons of farms, as many farms as I could buy, just so that gives me a little bit of experience extra. I also put a little pathway connecting all of my lands together. That way I get extra experience for connecting them together. And yeah, I did all of that stuff, just finishing off anything I could get as many extra experience as I can using all my remaining points. And by the end of the game, I was out of points. So, yeah, I ended up doing first place on the leaderboard, which is pretty good. I mean, this is only, you know, a leaderboard of 3 people, myself and 2 bots, and this was on the easiest mode, but still, it's a nice start. So yeah, if you want to see me play more of this game, like the video, and if you want to see a different video, or different game that I play in a different video, yeah, leave your suggestions down in the comments down below. Either way though, subscribe while you're here, and see you in the next video. Bye!